August is over, September begins. We have more than 2/3 of the year done. I feel month number 9 approaches. I have so many New Year resolutions that I finished, that I completed, and I'm very happy with my progress, even though there was some procrastination and things that went out of my control. But I think mostly this year has gone exactly the way it should have, with a lot of joy, with a lot of new memories to make, new people to meet, new friends to make, and new goals to accomplish. I am very happy about publishing my anthology and all of the positive changes that happened when you go from living your entire life knowing everything about the place you live in to coming where you used to vacation once a year but never really knew what the culture, what the traditions, what the life here felt like. And I have really enjoyed the fresh air, the clean slate, and all of the beauties that come with living in God's own country. I really enjoy all of the months that happen in the year, but I think my favorite happens in the latter half, which is starting in September and ending in December. So let's get into the 4 goals that I have for this month. Make new messes, meet new people, have more fun, and make more content. And the main no need to say kind of reason I want to start this year completely hollering in a roller coaster, I think, is read more books. So let's get right in. I have a lot of things that I have to be grateful for, and I am grateful for them. I think having new goals is a good thing. So I don't expect much from myself, just that I finish my physical TBR. So let's see if that happens or not, but let's go one at a time. Starting with Babel by R.F. Kuang. I have heard such good things about this gigantic book. It has very tiny print, let me tell you. So yes, it's a big book. It's very heavy. And this author is very remarkable. It's dark academia. Act of translation is always an act of betrayal. Oxford, 1836. The city of dreaming spires. It is the center of all knowledge and progress in this world. And at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institution of Translation, the tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by a mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel a paradise until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? That is the summary to Babel, and I've heard very good things about it. I've heard many good reviews. Many people have rated this book 5-star, or at least more than 3.5 stars. So that is very good rapport to have, and I will be getting into it. So hang on tight. The next book is also dark academia, written by one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. No, you would think I have read all of Leigh Bardugo's books by now. I'm kidding, I have read very few. But the amount of times I have raved about this book to people in my life is insane. So people know that I am a big Leigh Bardugo fan, but I haven't gotten my chance at reading this book yet. So I am very excited to read it. The blurbs first, though. One of the best fantasy novels I've read in years by Lev Grossman, a best-selling author. Then we have Joe Hill, another best-selling author, say Ninth House rocked my world. So let's see if it rocks mine too. Welcome to the Ninth House. Galaxy Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class, a dropout and the sole survivor of a horrific unsolved crime. Alex was hoping for a fresh start, but her free ride comes with a catch. She has been tasked with monitoring Yale's secret societies, notorious haunts of the rich and powerful. Now there's a dead girl on campus, and Alex is the only person willing to look deeper, because the societies are far more sinister and extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. A tale of power, privilege, and dark magic, Ninth House is Leigh Bardugo's most mesmerizing read yet, says Sunday Times about a best-selling adult debut. I think you can understand why I am so obsessed with Hollywood's theme of Halloween because first of all, I did Babel, and Babel has Oxford in it, and now we have Ninth House, which does Yale. So clearly, I am in love with the whole secret societies, dark academia thingy. So I do have other books going on from other genres, so hold on tight. Next is Guild by Raven Kennedy, the Plated Prisoner series, book 1. It is, I love the catchphrase here, which is, a gilded cage is still a prison. I think a lot of things about cage decided by its construction, which is bars around you. But we are all kind of in a cage of our own making when we limit ourselves. You get out of it because the first step is knowing that you are in a prison. And welcome to my TED Talk. But while that is kind of off topic, I just felt like saying that. So, and look at the cover. I absolutely adore it. It's the arrogance of men to think so little of women, and it will be their downfall. Yes, true. Okay. This is the story of King Midas, or that's what we are always told. The golden king with his palace of riches, and me, the girl he turned to gold. Upon the snowy mountains in the sixth kingdom of Aurea, I am locked away in Hybel Castle, away from the dangers of the world below. No one can get in apart from him. King Midas rescued me from the streets. He gave me food, shelter, and his heart. I promised to love him forever. But when war comes to the kingdom, a deal is struck, and I am at the heart of the bargain. Everything I know starts to change. My love for Midas challenged, my trust broken. Suddenly, I am sent to travel between kingdoms to a future I no longer understand, and my spirit becomes truly tested. I'm always told this is his tale, but perhaps that is no longer the case. This is the story of Oren. That just gave me goosebumps. I'm so excited. This is clearly something that you would think is one thing, but it turns out to be another. I already started it a little bit, but I haven't really gotten to the thick of it. And I do have book 2 waiting on my shelf. So the moment this is over and I think I like it, I'm going to go headfirst into the whole series. Let's see how we like Raven Kennedy. The next book is a splash of color with this white and black theme we have going on, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Yeah, the title won me. It is so poetic, and like my breath is stolen away whenever I think of a title like this. It is so beautiful. For as long as the sun can remember, Evangeline Fox has believed in happily ever after until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than he has plans for her. Plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or in the most exquisite tragedy. Goosebumps, I know, right? A sugar-crusted, poison-spiked romp through a vibrant world of fairy tale intrigue, tangled romance, and forbidden magic, says Cassandra Clare. Carrie Maniscalco says an unput-downable fairy tale, and Karen M. McManus says a dazzling mix of mystery, romance, and magic. Karen McManus is kind of my go-to author for mystery. I did enjoy whatever I have read, so I believe her when I read that it's a good mystery book. So let's see how this book goes. The next book is a sequel to a book that I had started a couple years ago, and I am very sorry that I have delayed more than a year to read this second book, the sequel to Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Allaire Science. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The sequel is Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. And I am so happy with the cover. I really enjoy the style. Anyways, So, anyway, Aristotle and Dante's relationship is very pure, it's very dreamy, it's very giving Call Me By Your Name vibes, which is a really good classic read. I think when you go into books like these, you are meant to get lost in them. And I am so excited to dive deep into this one. Let me just read out the and a few blurbs. Dive into the sequel to the award-winning international bestseller. Aries spent his life hiding who he really is, staying silent and invisible, but something in him cracked open when he fell in love with Dante last summer and he can't go back. Together, the boys are determined to make themselves seen and heard in a world that challenges their very existence. But when Ari is faced with a shocking loss, he'll have to fight like never before to create a life that is truthful, joyful, and joyfully and truthfully his own. A blurb by Calendar, author of Felix Ever After. There are few words to describe the beauty and love and force that is Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. It changed my life. Adam Silvera of They Both Die at the End, that author, he destroyed my sanity. But yeah, he says that Aristotle and Dante, this book is gorgeous and a poetic love story and a forever favorite of mine. Okay, I'm sorry. I think the print is kind of giving me a little bit of dyslexia. It's going here and there and here and there. Okay, never mind. So this book is a sequel, and it has a lot of aspects about I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, so this book is another go-to that I am going to look forward to this month. This next book is a little change to the script of this book list because I have not really finished reading it this month, so I'm gonna put it into next month. Okay. It is an international bestseller. It talks about themes of feminism, themes of consumerism, themes of capitalism, and what more could you ask for? In the struggle for women's equality, there is one subject still shrouded in silence: women's compulsive pursuit of beauty. The myth of female beauty challenges every woman every day in her life. In The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf, the book exposes the tyranny of this myth through the ages and its oppressive function today. With pertinent and intelligent examples, she confronts the beauty industry and its advertising and uncovers the reasons why women are consumed by this destructive obsession. Yes, the book is The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf. It's a nonfiction book, which I have one more, I think, going on for this, one or two more. But this one is old because my sister wanted to read this book, and I think she did, or maybe she didn't. Maybe she just left it halfway or something. But I remember her raving about it to me as I was a little younger. I didn't understand most of what she was saying, and I don't really recall most of what she said back then. But I remember her eyes being opened to a kind of new view into the world's functionings. And with the little that I have read already, I can say for sure this is very eye-opening. This has a lot of themes that it discusses in a very easy to read manner, and I would suggest this to every girl. You should read this once before you enter your adulthood, or before or after you enter the whole womanhood part of your life. And even people who are not identifying as female, I would say everyone should give it a read because it is so far, sorry, I hit myself. It is so far a very interesting take on everything that has been going on in the beauty industry, and it uncovers a lot of myths, as the title suggests. So let's get into this together. The next book is The Jail Diary of Bhagat Singh. This is, of course, a very interesting book because it's written by Bhagat Singh, and I'm very excited and very much intrigued by the concepts that Bhagat Singh had, the things he believed in. And I am going into this book because I read this synopsis and I needed to pick it up. Together in one place, this is a collection of most important works of Bhagat Singh, the Indian communist revolutionary who was executed by the British colonizers in 1931 at the age of 23. Between the years 1929 and September till March 1931, when he was sent to the gallows a day before his actual hanging date, Bhagat Singh wrote extensively. He maintained a diary which was full of notes of daily usage, his own thoughts on freedom, poverty, and class struggle, and thoughts of varied political thinkers and intellectuals like Lenin, Marx, Umar Khayyam, Morozov, Rabindranath Tagore, Trotsky, Bertrand Russell, Dostoevsky, Wordsworth, Ghalib, and many others. Through the pages of his jail diary, a real Bhagat Singh emerges, one who is without the hat or a gun, one who had an acute scholarly mind and a robust socialist persona. His jail diary was handed over along with other belongings to his father, Sardar Kishan Singh, after his execution. This is going to be a very somber and eye-opening read because he is an atheist and he is a communist and he is one of our freedom fighters. And he has always been someone I really admired because of what little I was taught in school about him. I could tell that there's way more to this guy than what they write in the textbooks. So this would be great to know a little secondhand or firsthand by reading his diary. So yeah. The next is a little noveletta kind of situation. Pamphlet, sorry, not. I don't know, it's a tiny book. It is The Problem That Has No Name by Betty Friedan. It is published by Penguin Modern. It says, the pioneering Betty Friedan gave voice to countless American housewives who, despite being sold a dream of the perfect home and family, silently wondered, is this all? And set the women's movement in motion. It's very little and it's going to be a quick read, but I'm sure it will leave its impact on me fully. The last is the start of a series which is ongoing, and that is by new favorite author, Samantha Shannon's The Bone Season series. I haven't heard anything about this series yet. I haven't gone into the fandom art or the fandom theories, conspiracies, discussions, and none of the people's commentaries, reviews, because I want to go in this blind the same way I did with the Priory of the Orange Tree. I thought it was completed, but now I just recently heard that it's a continuing series and that it's really good. And I was intrigued even more that it's continuing, so I'll be on the loop of it as it comes out. So this is going to be my new Samantha Shannon book read. Let me just read out the summary to you, or the synopsis, I should say. For the past 200 years, the Scion government has led an impressive campaign against unnaturals in London. Clairvoyance in all its forms has been decreed a criminal offense, and those who practice it viciously punished. Forced underground, a clairvoyant underworld has developed, combating persecution and evading capture. Paige Mahoney, a powerful dreamwalker operating in the Seven Dials district of London, leads a double life, using her unnaturalness illegally while hiding her gift from her father, who works for the Scion regime. Oh, scandal, or more like rebellion. Some blurbs are by The Observer. It says, dark, embattled, in highly wrought fantasy, there is no doubt that Shannon is the real thing. Metro says, slick and vivid, gives the fantasy genre a refreshing lease of life. Someone says that a clever and courageous character reminiscent of Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. That is all that I need to know. I'm definitely picking up any book that gives Hunger Games vibes because I love that book series, that trilogy, and I haven't really gone into the new books of it in that world that have been released so far, but I will soon. And for the time being, this is the last book I'll be reading from that kind of world or that kind of genre. That is it for my physical TBR, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will definitely fill you in on all the books that I have mentioned here once I read them. So, toodles!